Hey everybody, welcome back to the Irish Furian. I am the Irish Furian. Um, Look at that, that's how dedicated I am. I'm even videoing when it's snowing. You know, so it's been a white Christmas, and well, this is just a quick check-in. Um, yeah, uh, my legs are getting worse, and my back is getting worse. So whatever about the satanic evil patrols say about fucking curses and all that, forget them. You know, um, it'll all come good eventually, and everything is for a good reason, and it makes us stronger. Um, you've got to try and get as independent as possible, um, and take responsibility for your life, and take responsibility for somebody else's life. This is why having children is very good because it forces you to become less selfish, and being less selfish is a very very good thing. Okay, it matures you, it develops you, it strengthens you. It's all of the things that demons can't do. Poor boys. So I always say it, I keep saying it, get a good morality. um, Study either Christianity, study Islam, study something, but I would say Christianity, I'd go for that. I'm reading the Bible myself at the moment, and I say the shepherd's the Good Shepherd's Prayer every day, Psalms 23, I believe. So it's interesting, it's interesting. I know it's the Jews' history and all that, especially in the Old Testament and all that, but we can learn things from this, and we can use them to our own advantage. And we do believe in a God, so that's what makes us strong. Is a belief in a higher power, higher than ourselves. Again, it's taking away from the self and becoming humble to what is and to a higher power. This is what strengthens us. This is what gives us a shared morality. And you want a shared morality because you want to know good men in your local area in which you can rely and trust. Trust is a high value currency. Okay. Now, this is a new phone. I'm not yet using it as my phone because I'm waiting for protective screen, and I'm waiting for a protective case. I'll show you my old phone. Since I hurt my back, look at the state of the thing. Look at it's cracked and scratched and broken. All right, it's great, great. The audio on that is insanely good. Look, there's two speakers in the bottom, but I was spoiled with it. I was hoping that this phone, which is TCL 40 SE, I was hoping that this one would have as good an audio because it has a speaker at the top and a speaker at the bottom, but it doesn't. But I just think that I was really spoiled with this one because it picks up the lower frequencies, or should I say, it expresses the lower frequencies very well. But there's no other phone. I think iPhones do that as well. They have two speakers, but um, they they send out the lower frequencies. Like if you listen to, say, songs, or if you listen to podcasts, you hear all the lower end very well. As an external speaker from such a small device is an unusual thing because it's not commonplace across these devices, mobile phones, smartphones. So yeah, I didn't come on and wish people a Merry Christmas or a Happy New Year or anything like that because I am no longer attached to those things. Um, Christmas is not a bad feeling thing. It's not a bad humbug thing. It's not a reserve thing. I just no longer am attached to Christmas or the New Year. Now, maybe sometimes the New Year thing I think is good because there's a cycle. Somebody was saying there's a cycle, 4 seasons and all that. That's fine, but currently I don't like the way they're done. You know, and Christmas to me is not a Christian holiday. It's not Christian. If you research it, you'll see that Christians in the early part, I think it was either the late 1800s or the early 1900s, they actually campaigned not to have Christmas turned into a public holiday because it wasn't Christian. There's nothing about it which is Christian, really. And I know everybody talks about, we say, being the birthday of Jesus Christ and all of that. Well, there's no evidence really for that, you know. In fact, there's evidence to the contrary that there are some parts of Scripture would say he was born when the grapes were on the vine and things like that, you know. Which again is fascinating to do. It's fascinating to read, research, and study. So I'm currently in the Bible, and I'm up to about. I've read Exodus. I've just finished Exodus, which is a fascinating book, by the way. And if you want to know what the Old Testament laws are, where the laws are, which are equal to Sharia in Islam, they're in Exodus. The laws that God gave the Jews was say in relation to how to behave, property rights, all of that kind of thing. It's all there. So very interesting. And having slaves, which is great. If you actually look at how slaves are supposed to be treated, and then try and equate it to modern times, we say with people with mortgages, uh, bank debts, and all this kind of thing, you can see the correlation, and you can see where the one that we have now is even more unfair in many ways. So yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think on video I can turn. Can I turn the video around? I can't. Okay. Well, I'll just spin the camera around really quick. I'll show you what I've been doing because I can't. I'm not very mobile anymore. I'll show you the kind of stuff I'm getting into. If you can see it, this is my desktop. This is called a mobile transceiver, and this is a power SWR standing wave ratio and power meter, which I don't have working yet because I have to get a connection cable, which has a particular connection type from this to these. But I have a Quancheng UVK5, which I've been messing around with, which is going up to an antenna up there. This has an out of 2 meters and 70 centimeters range UHF and VHF. It goes out of those bands. It can do AM single sideband just in reception and experimenting around with reception. But other than that, you can't transmit on those. And the filters for there's no filtering for them, so they're very scratchy. But you can still, I'm picking up with say 26 miles away an airport tower and approaching aircraft with that. So that's interesting from now and then. But it's all at the same time it's very boring because it's all the same really. It's the local repeaters that I like picking up. I have two other ham radios as well. But as you can see, I keep the ham radio gear I've been accruing out in the snow. So and I wore this recently. I got this because it goes with a pair of goggles, which goes over the top. Because as you know, in the last video, I said that I came off the bike and face planted and smashed the tooth, which a lady dentist, she did a very good job in putting a composite filling in place, which is holding. And I can't put any pressure on it. It's mostly aesthetic. So I really kind of slice at the sides, this one on the side, and this as well. But if I'd been wearing something like this, it would have protected me. I know I look like Bane from Batman, but far from it. And I got a full, this morning actually, a full face helmet came with a removable jaw. And the goggles that this clips into, actually, I have going into the full face helmet across there with the band out the outside. I just figured out that the sponge is thick enough to send the goggles out while having the band outside the helmet itself, you know, with the piece coming up here. So that's a really nice addition. Yeah, I'm walking very poor. My right leg is at times very bad. My left leg is, well, very bad in a different way, but I can't bend my right knee. So I have to lift the whole leg from the hip and walk forward. And then my left leg bends at the knee better, but has less power holding me up. So between the two, I'm kind of screwdaddled, you know. But I hang from the shed out the back with the Chinese corset with two loops and two metal hooks each side, and I hang from that for 3 minutes, and then I lie down for 15-20 minutes after that, and hope that for twice a day, and I hope that that does some good. So that's where I'm at, really. I'm still looking for a flat back in the city where I lived for 27 years. Finding it very hard, obviously, because prices have skyrocketed because of mass immigration and all of that. But anyway, put in the comments what's been happening for you. I want to hear from you guys. I'm sick of it being just one direction, one way. I want to hear from you guys. Jimmy Johnny, if you're still subscribed, I know you said that you passed your license and all that. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm actually studying on hamstudy.org, and I'm getting better. I'm finding that I'm passing, and I'm learning a lot as I do the mock study mode. So that's it there. I hope you're able to see that okay. And I also have it on this mobile phone, the big one here that I've got, the TCL 40 SE. Um, that snows all the time. So that's it. That's it from me, from the Irish Furian, and I wish you a good new year, um, and many blessings, and may God's love and may you be doing right by Him, which will bring fruitfulness, and blessings into your life for this year. Um, that's the morality. So get studying.